Now this man has been doing the rounds in the YouTube commentary community recently. Everybody and their mother seems to have taken a pot shot at this guy. And years of him filming very extreme mukbang videos have quite literally turned him into a very easy target. But I'm not interested in just sitting here for 10 minutes and watching some clips of this man wail like a swamp creature. Everybody's already done that. There's no point me doing it as well. It contributes to absolutely nothing. So today, I'd like to go a step further than just taking the piss of Nikocado Avocado for being a man-child, because you see, I think there's more to him than meets the eye. I think his behaviour is just the outermost layer of a very, very deep rabbit hole, ladies and gentlemen, and today, I'd like to take you through my game theory. Strap in, sit down, get an obnoxious amount of food if you feel like it. Let's dive in.
Oh, it's my finger! You got a rat on me! It's a rat on me!
This man is a spectacle. No more, no less. You don't come to a Nikocado Avocado video to hear his opinions or his ideas. You don't come to them for the editing or the information or the quality either. And you certainly don't come to them for engaging content. You come to watch a spectacle. A downward spiraling, disastrous spectacle. In the same way that you'd watch a horror movie or a news report on something terrible that's just happened, you can't look away out of some morbid fascination. There's something inherent in human nature about wanting to watch things come to ruin, for empires to be toppled and destroyed, for smug YouTubers that you personally don't like to be cancelled and run off the internet in shame and mockery. It's why we keep lapping up the endless stream of disaster movies and superhero movies every year, despite the fact that most of them are just carbon copies of one another. We like seeing shit be destroyed and torn to pieces. And that's exactly what Nikocado is offering his audience. The context is slightly different, but it's the same principle. He's destroying himself for internet points. In the space of a couple of years, he's gone from looking like an average looking dude to a real big hecking chonker. In recent times, he's even claimed to have been hospitalised over the amount of food he's eaten, all while vowing to continue eating a shitload of food.
I'm going to be disabled probably for a month. Now the doctor said don't drive, don't pick stuff up, try not to clean, take your time when you're sitting down. I'm disabled now. I've broken my rib cage.
Now I say claim because there's a game theory floating around the nethersphere at the moment that this whole hospitalisation meme was just a big publicity stunt. It was all just a marketing campaign to get more people looking his way and get him more attention. And whether it was legit or just a stunt, it doesn't really matter because it's working for him. It's really fucking working for him. This guy is pulling some serious numbers and has some seriously good audience retention on some seriously long videos. Basically, to put it simply, this guy's fucking rolling in it. So sure, Nikocado is destroying himself, his body, and his health, but it's in exchange for, I would reckon, maybe $20,000 to $50,000 a month. Perhaps even more. So don't be so quick to judge. For that sort of money, you might well do the same. Regardless though, it's his choice, it's his decision, and that's precisely my point. This isn't just another simple case of a moron being a moron on the internet and getting attention for it. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. This entire mukbang meme has been a cold and calculated move, I believe. Old St. Nicholas here knows exactly what he's fucking doing. He knows full well that behaving in this kind of way and doing this kind of content will get him a shitload of attention. It's an act. It's a spectacle, in the same way that a pantomime or a sitcom is. And it's the same level of entertainment as well, to be honest. Or, if you want a very simple but dramatic explanation, Nikocado Avocado has orchestrated all of this from the very beginning. All of the speculating, all of the memeing, all of the drama videos that are taking the piss of him, all of the blubbering and the wailing that he's done for attention, it's all been deliberate. It's all been part of his plan. And that plan is going perfectly. See? I told you it's fucking overdramatic.
Shut up!
So money, attention, internet fame, and as much food as you could possibly want are just some of the incentives as to why Nick has agreed to do this to himself. And to be fair, they're pretty decent incentives, but bear in mind that the cost for them is still dangerous levels of morbid obesity. And that's why I think there's another layer to all of this still. Like Shrek and his onions, I believe we can scrape a little deeper into the saturated fat infested psyche of Tsar Nicholas of Nando's. This is YMS, short for Your Movie Sucks. He's a movie review channel here on YouTube, and to be honest, he's probably one of my favourite movie review channels. He's funny, he's clever, he knows what he's talking about, he's pretty successful, he's got a really, really good podcast, and he's also a furry. And honestly, who really gives a fuck? I'll make a few jokes about it because I'm childish, but I don't really care otherwise. He's still funny, he's still entertaining. If anything, he's just got massive balls for being so upfront about it. Here on the Moocake Show, we don't kink shame. We just shame everyone equally. Now, the reason I bring up YMS and his kinks is because he's got a very interesting theory about our good friend Nicolas Cage here, and I'd like to very quickly show you that theory now.
So this entire video is basically showing like the back and forth of like him being super healthy and vegan versus like him now. You watch this video and you would think that this is just made by someone trying to like, I don't know, fat shame Nikocado Avocado. Someone who's like kind of trying to bully him or something. But I noticed this from day one when this was posted on Reddit, and not a lot of like people weren't even pointing this out in the comment section on the Reddit post. This is from him. He made this compilation. He made this this is on his own channel. And at that moment when I realized that, it became very, 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 very fucking obvious to me that this is just a fetish thing. This is just a fetish thing. And a lot of people don't realize that. And people are still making videos about Nikocado Avocado. I'm not kidding. This is completely unironic. I'm 100% positive of this. People are still making videos about him, making Twitter posts. Like, I keep seeing these Twitter posts go viral, being like, oh man, if only his old self knew who he would become, sort of thing. Stuff like that. But he knows exactly what he's doing. His boyfriend knows exactly what they're doing. Like, they both know what they're doing, and they're totally into it, and they're doing it, right?
Now, I'm inclined to agree with this little game theory, and there's two reasons why. Firstly, because this is one guy that's into some weird shit, speculating about someone else who's potentially into some weird shit. Basically, you're getting an expert opinion here. This is like going to a renowned movie director and asking them for advice on your YouTube video. It's expert advice. Why wouldn't you take it? The second reason I agree with this theory, though, is simply because it makes sense when you think about it. It's the only theory I've found that really checks every single box. Nikocado has a slogan that he's been peddling in his videos and on his merch. It's all your fault. Alluding to the fact that people watching and wanting more of this content is what's made him so morbidly obese. The egging on, the memes, the jokes in the comments, it's all played into why he's gotten so fat and why he continues to make this kind of content. And to an extent, I agree with this. I think to an extent, part of the blame is definitely on the audience, but not all of the blame. Because you see, Nick also seems very happy to just keep doing this anyway, regardless of whether it's the audience's fault or not. In fact, I'd take that a step further. Nick seems delighted to continue doing this kind of content. You see where I'm going with this? Nick's into this shit. Alright, there, I said it. He's into being fed, he's into feeding, he's probably into being humiliated for being fat as well. It's all a kink for him, and as unsavoury as that is to think about, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's the only theory that checks every single box.
Let me give a little warning. I'm on a lot of morphine, a lot of steroids, a lot of painkillers. I have cream all over here. I just did a video on Patreon. Took everything off. Yes, everything was off. Okay.
And I still call it a theory because that's all it is. Regardless of how plausible it is, we'll probably never know for certain. Unless new evidence comes to light or Nikocado Avocado comes out and actively says it, then we're probably never going to know 100%. But for now, at least, this is the most plausible theory, I believe, for Nikocado Avocado's behaviour. I'm backing this horse. Think about it. Not only is he getting loads of money and loads of attention for this sort of lifestyle, but he's also literally getting off on it. There are no cons in this scenario as far as Nikocado Avocado is concerned, except, of course, maybe the fact that he's doing permanent, irreparable damage to his body that may eventually kill him, but I don't think he gives too much of a shit about that at this point. The dude is like 29. Nobody in their 20s really gives too much of a shit about their health, I don't think. He's still young enough to shrug off the effects of this kind of behaviour for a little while longer. Maybe for another 5 years or so, his body can still take what he's doing to it. The damage will eventually catch up with him, of course it will, but for now, he's okay. He can shrug off what he's doing. And until the damage catches up with him, there's nothing to stop him, and every reason under the sun to urge him to continue this sort of behaviour and content. So, in short and in summary then, Nikocado Avocado has turned something he already likes into a twisted internet pantomime for everyone to watch. And by doing so, he's not only improved the experience for himself, but he's also made a shitload of money. As the old saying goes,
they played us like a damn fiddle!
Anyway, ladies and gents, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please smash that like button. If you didn't enjoy though, please abuse the dislike button. Really go for it. Go on. If you fancy hearing more from me, there's plenty more content on my channel where I rant and rave about various topics. The last video I did ended up being a 35-minute long video where I looked at the YouTube apology, including how it works, what tactics and mechanics you can use, and what your success rates are depending on what you're apologising for. It's pretty good, it's pretty epic, it's a cool step-by-step guide to dealing with your internet fuck-ups, and I'd highly recommend it. It took me like a month to film alone, so please go and support it. Please just support me anyway. I'm a small channel, I'm just shilling myself at this point. I know. Fine, I'll shut the fuck up now. Anyway, until next time, take it steady, eat your greens, or just film shitloads of mukbang videos, and remember kids, everything you ever achieve will amount to nothing.